it going, people? It is Liam Caddison here, and we're in for another episode of Angel as we get into episode number 5 of Season 4, where the last episode, I wouldn't say was memorable by any means, as we picked up with Cordy, who has no idea on who she is. Also, the fact that, of course, we found out at the end of episode 3 she had no idea who any of Angel investigations are. And, yeah, it's certainly opening the door for a very interesting arc, as we had a very, very complicated situation with Angel and Co. Them trying to keep some things hush-hush, and Cordy, not being a fan of that, resorted to stay with Connor, with the fact that he was pretty much open. But sadly, it seems like Wolfram and Hart have seemingly attained some information from Lorne regarding Cordy, so that's going to be pretty great in the long run. But I'll be interested to see what happens in this episode. So, with that said, let's get into episode number 5 of Season 4 of Angel. Let's go.
Give it to me, sweetness. Right?
Oh, we are going, yeah.
How's your head?
We are going all in.
Listen, I know I've been a wee bit jumpy the last couple of days, but did I hear a scream?
Oh, it's just Fred. I think it's a Texas thing.
Well, it's all too much Studerman.
That's good, because...
Sorry, I jumped ahead. That no was the one that comes after you ask me to read Cordy again.
I wasn't... that immediately. I was going to build up to it subtly.
I appreciate that, Sugar.
And the answer would still be the same.
Just no. I'm not a champion. I'm just a regular...
Oh, it's Connor!
Oh, hi.
Oh.
Sorry.
Not gonna help the tension between these two.
Front door is always open, Connor.
Girl kept me up all night. She is unstoppable.
Oh, I bet.
More than I need to know.
Charles tell you?
Wait, he didn't describe it.
I've been asked to present my article at the Physics Institute. P-dimensional subspace has always been a fascinating area, but I had no idea
This
there
is
would be
after
so
the
much
whole...
interest. When I practice my speech, it'll work out, and it'll all be for the best. It will.
It's all a bit heavy at the minute,
5 years
isn't
of
it?
unendurable torture and mental anguish aside, if I hadn't been sucked through that portal, I never would have figured out my string compactification theory.
Exactly, because, you know, strings...
It's the journey, I guess.
...to compactify.
Did he pick that up from Fred?
It's a fortune.
Yes. It'll take you hours to think me properly.
I was gonna say, this is gonna be for the bedroom. Well, we know what kind of roleplay Lila will like that, I guess. Oh, man, Wesley.
I was going to be a history major, and then I took Professor Seidel's physics class, and, well...
Winifred's a natural.
Oh, would have been
By the end of the first semester, she was taking on whims. You should see
Fred
her
is
now,
like a
killing that
historian, I guess.
WIMPs are weakly interactive massive particles.
Oh, yeah. Just
Save some seats.
Why don't you stop by the office? I'd love to talk about
Angel's
your
like, I'm out of here.
Interpretive properties of superstring theory. In D-branes, especially as applied to Dirichlet boundary conditions with dual open strings that are T-transformed.
What?
This in turn leads to the conclusion that strings can only end in p-dimensional dynamic...
Oh, no. Why we... Oh, fuck. Oh, my goodness. Ah, leave Fred alone. Leave Fred alone.
it's over, baby. You're fine.
Oh, no. And this is it, though. This is going to shake her up so massively. She's been preparing for this, and... Oh, whoa.
That's cool. Top just comes right off. Except this time, somebody else deserves the credit.
You're quick.
Plus, Lila would glow. She's
About Lauren?
brutal.
There's gonna be a conversation.
You know, Angel, coming from you, idle threats are so, well...
One day.
idle.
Do you remember when I ripped your car in half?
Yeah, yeah. Hulk smash.
You don't know. You couldn't.
You're never going back to that place. You're safe now.
I was safe in the library.
You can't blame
till I opened
her.
that book and read those words, and then wham! I was hurling through dimensions.
You can't blame her mind for
Alright.
reliving the
It'll all
trauma.
look different in the morning.
Morning, as in tomorrow, which as of now is today, which means
You're gonna talk to your professor friend just like you planned, because nothing.
Leave Fred alone, okay? Otherwise, hands will be thrown. Tables will be thrown out the window.
Great. Our girl's not the only one redecorating.
You were there.
Okay.
Oh, he's trying to...
What are we doing?
Types, and like these weren't your everyday kidnappings. Hey, maybe I could help you guys. Be your intern.
We're full up on interns, but the decoder ring's in the mail.
They talk about me in the chatty rooms? You really should read Quantum Cryptography.
This is where the Buffy forums is just gonna be like...
Professor said
This guy. This guy. Oh, yep, it was him. It was the... Oh. Son of a bitch.
That's right. There are others.
no. To me,
He
it's the
sent
son
her
of the
to...
bitch that sent me to Pylea.
What?
You are going to die, Professor.
Okay.
No. He's gonna die.
I like the sound of that.
We help people. Fred, if you do this, the demons you'll be living with won't be the horned, fangy kind. They'll
It'll
be the
be
kind
her
you
own.
can't get rid of.
You're wrong.
He's right. Whatever you do now, it's nothing compared to how it'd be afterward.
This is
What are
it.
you
That
talking about?
professor,
Goes against
he
everything you
can
believe in. Everything
he can
we
throw
believe
himself
in.
into a
Fred,
brick wall for all I care,
you
but
idolized him.
Fred's innocent.
But don't let him be defining what you are now.
Vengeance will have a price. And once you've acted, you can't go back.
Wesley's
You
been
have to
there.
live with your actions forever.
He's a serial killer.
All right, then.
That's a pot. Oh my god! What is this son of a bitch doing?
Thanks.
Anytime.
Oh! Oh!
And I'm asking if she wants Coco. Stupid.
She's gonna kill him.
If he doesn't kill
Oh,
her first.
my eyes!
You know where she went.
What the
Come faster,
fuck?
my eyes.
Sorry, what the fuck was that? What the fuck just happened?
It's part of what I love about him.
You can still back out if you think Gunn's right.
It's not about what's right. Pull over there.
I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of concern within me right now.
And there's gonna be a full.
Can you get sent? Oh my goodness. Lovely. Well, you just said you don't have any evidence and you just provided. Oh my god!
You know what they say about payback? Well, I'm the bitch.
about what happened earlier.
Wrong? Yeah,
The
I agreed. Thank you, let's go.
non-CPR mouth to mouth.
When you kissed me.
Right. I shouldn't have.
But
Thank you.
you're going back to him. Aren't you?
Oh shit. Connor, drop it.
I just need some time to think. Okay?
Damn, Connor's punch was that powerful, right?
5 years of pain and suffering in a hell dimension will make a girl capable of a lot of things.
Huh. Fred, oh my goodness. Oh, just die!
Come on, I'm holding your head.
I've even practiced a goodbye speech. Clive, Mott, Shive, Clive, Mott.
Holy shit, Fred!
Charles, you asked me not to kill him and I'm not. Not exactly.
Sure you are. No way.
Taste of your own medicine.
Fred, don't let him do this to you.
Charles, no!
Holy shit! He did it for her.
Night.
Oh. And this is it, though. It should have been her way of handling things.
Hi.
In her mind.
So no more lies.
No more lies.
Good. Because there's something I need to know. Were we in love?
Yes, you were! You were! You were! Oh, and she said no more lies, so this is going to be very interesting to delve into. Coming into the next episode. Still can't get over that kiss, though. Why? Just why? Why would you throw that in? Why? I mean, it's disgusting anyways, because, like, he's a bloody kid. I mean, yeah, Cody's like, what, 10 years older than what, I guess, Connor or whatever the age gap is. But still, it's Angel's bloody kid, and no. But yeah, I really loved this focus on Fred, but we finally got some answers regarding her being sent to Pylea. It was because of that. Oh, it was because of Professor Dickwad. So, but I feel like things are not going to be hunky-dory between Fred and Gunn for quite some time after Gunn decided to, I wouldn't say steal the spotlight, but especially with how how Fred feels this should be her like decision in terms of what happens to the professor. It's her vengeance. There's going to be and the fact that he just straight up, yeah, it's gonna be tense. So just what we need, though. Another relationship that we cannot be happy about. Which, you know, Lila and Wesley, just stab them, because they're only allowed, apparently. So, okay, so I really liked that episode. I'm a sucker for Fred-centric episodes. As many people know, that she is a very, very admirable character to me. And, yeah, I thought that this was a really great episode with some very interesting plot revelations. And, yeah, it's not an episode that was without its problems. I think we all know what we're talking about. The elephant in the room in terms of issues. But we will not speak about that yet. No, honestly, I felt like this was a great episode for the most part, especially, like I said, discovering Fred and how she was trying to get back into physics, and how that could have potentially put a strain with the lifestyle that she was leading right now, because we had this exploration with pre-Pylea Fred and post-Pylea Fred, and you know, how Seidel wanted to rope her back into where she was before. So yeah, and it was just very, very interesting, because there was some very interesting dynamics, like not just with this whole like post Pylea life, but also regarding what happened with Seidel himself. So yeah, but it was just very, very interesting to see those two lifestyles, I guess, or those two life experiences or paths, should I say, and you know, that potential that she could evolve. And yeah, it was just very, very interesting to have a Fred centric episode. I think it was episode 5 of last season we had a Fred centric episode. So yeah, and that was also kind of playing on the trauma of Fred following Pylea, whereas we kind of built towards it further in this episode, with it being revealed that the professor deliberately sent Fred to Pylea because his ego was so far up his own arse he couldn't take people succeeding him. He couldn't take the idea that there were people that were better than him, so he decides, let's send all these people who are a threat to me out the way. So yeah, but it was just a very, very interesting dilemma that we had when Fred decided she would kill Seidel, and there were of course these voices and whatnot, and this is a very, very interesting idea in my opinion, because I feel like this is a situation where you can understand both sides of the, I guess, coin, because I think this episode works well, especially with the fact that you can understand both you know, characters, both Gunn and Fred. Like with Fred, she had all that time in hell. She had her life changed. She's worried, and as we saw in this episode, especially with the portal coming up, she was traumatized. She was back writing on the wall, for crying out loud. And realizing that an inspirational character has sent you to this hell dimension because of the fact that he was so toxic that he couldn't, you know, he couldn't entertain the idea that you would succeed him. Yeah, it's going to have your mind racing and whatnot. But I can understand why Gunn was trying to deter Fred from this path. How is this going to change her? She's going to, like, he even said it himself that he would lose Fred, and it was because of the fact that that innocence would be gone. She would be wrestling with blood on her hands for the majority of her life, potentially. And you know, it's such a complicated situation, because all Gunn can do is you know, just be there as best as he can, but he can't empathize with the situation that Fred was in, because you know, this is a unique experience, and he can't understand what Fred went through. So it's a very, very difficult situation for Gunn to tackle. And I feel with that in mind, as well as the fact that Gunn went ahead and killed Seidel, I feel like this is going to put a heavy strain on their relationship. So, I mean, you even saw them walking back into the hotel, and there was just silence, and there was just that awkward tension. And it's going to really be interesting to see where we go from here with them two, because I am worried. But with Gunn, I feel like I don't know if him killing Seidel was the best way. He could have just Spartan kicked him into the bloody hole, maybe. But him just snapping Seidel's neck, you know, that could have been done as a way for him looking out for Fred, and or you know, taking that darkness and embracing it, because Fred would have killed him. And it's not like Gunn is one for I guess innocence. Like, Gunn is a very, very hardened character who would not mind having blood on his hands compared to Fred. Fred, you know, has that innocence, and you know, that's what Gunn was worried about, losing Fred like that. So I do have a great understanding with Gunn, and why he was trying to prevent Fred from doing this, because this darkness might consume her. And yeah, I just really worry about their dynamic, because I do love them too, but as I've stated, with the Buffyverse, this kind of thing is illegal. Like, relationships, like, don't just forget about it, okay? You may as well, and that's my worry, especially with this being a very, very pivotal moment in terms of their dynamic. With Fred being so insistent on ending Seidel, this is her prey to take. This is her opportunity. She's got to try to exact as much as she can in terms of vengeance, for what Seidel did to her. But then there is that darkness. You like. This could consume you. I mean, even Angel brought it up. He was facing his own difficulties in season 2. She even turned to Wesley, who we know that that this darkness shrouded him and changed him. He's a great representation of how doing something heinous can very much corrupt you, and it has with Wesley. He is trying to get back to the I feel like he is trying to get back to the life he had before, like especially when he was keeping tabs on Fred, and the relationship between him and Angel is still good, but there is still, of course, that obvious tension. But Fred is someone who is so innocent and wholesome, and you don't want to lose that. So yeah, it is a very, very difficult situation to go into, but I can understand why Gunn was doing his best to, even if things would cross a line in terms of Fred's perspective, I can understand, especially with his sentiments to Fred and whatnot. And it's a very difficult situation when you got to establish the fact that there's also the idea that Gunn cannot resonate with Fred's sentiments because of the fact that he truly has no idea what it was like for Fred. So, as well as the fact that you've got such an inspirational character who's just betrayed you, it's a complication. So, yeah, but yeah, like I said, the idea that we had this mystique going on, and then it was revealed, they didn't drag it out too long, which was really, really great. And they were focusing on Fred and how hurt she was. It's like I said, with this inspirational figure being the person who sent you and many others out of the equation, sending you to Pylea. It's really good to explore upon that, and that anguish that Fred had developed, and what is Fred going to do from here. And we saw when Gunn and Angel refused, when they were trying to deter Fred from the path that she wanted to take, she went to Wesley, which is something that she's brought up before, of course, with different matters. But it's great that Fred didn't completely give up. She went to Wesley and asked for him for advice, and there was that opening door that Fred was offered, you can back out of this. So, whereas it's a bit more of a risk going to Wesley in terms of this amplifying your chances to lose that innocence. He did offer that, I feel like with the fact that Wesley does care for Fred, he gave her that opportunity. Take the door if you want, because there is that care. So yeah, I mean, you even saw him keeping tabs in the beginning, which was really, really interesting. And I'm not sure if his sentiments to Fred have expanded, especially with the whole debacle with him and Lila, especially with the fact that Lila went to check up on him, and yeah. Because this is the thing, of course, Wesley and Fred, there was a thing that was teased between them last season, of course. Things didn't pan out too well, but like I said, with the fact that Wesley is, I feel like slowly but surely reintegrating into things, this could be an opening opportunity for him to, I don't know, with his interactions with Fred, this could expand those chances, should I say. So who knows? But I did really like their interactions, Fred and Wesley's. So yeah, it will be very, very interesting to see what happens with Wesley further onwards, especially with the fact that he's not a happy camper with Lila at the minute. And like I said, things are looking more positive in terms of Wesley's dynamic with Angel investigations, but it's all a matter of let's wait and see. But yeah, like I said, the whole Fred story was pretty interesting, and like I said, it was really great. Like, I really loved it, especially like discovering that there was a reason to why she was sent to Pylea, and that was and it stung even worse when it's someone that you looked up to. So yeah, but yeah, we also had, I don't even want to think about what I'm gonna bring up, because if I don't think about it, it's not canon, right? Right? We all know what we're talking about. That kiss with Connor and Cordy. I'm glad that Cordy managed to realize, like, managed to see, and this is the thing, like, she's in a bit of a vulnerable state as well, so, yeah, but I am glad that Cordy was, like, understanding about the fact that, this is wrong. Like, this is going to look weird and whatnot, and I'm not really too much of a fan of it, especially with the fact that I'm trying to, you know, discover more about myself. And yeah, that was, well, first off, it was weird that it especially came out of left field. Like, part of me is like, well, the majority of me is like, all of me is hoping that it's a one-off. Just, I worry it's not a one-off. I worry that it's going to be teasing something. Either avenue is going to be hideous, because if they are teasing something, ew, and piss off with that shit. And if it was just a one-off, which I don't, because there was a look. No, there was two looks. There was a certain moment where I was thinking, okay, that's weird. In the last episode, before Wolfram and Hart decided to invade Cordy and Connor. And then there was a scene where it was almost like Connor was looking at, in this episode. So, there is a part of me that's worried that this is not going to be a one-off. There is a hope that it is a one-off. Either way, it's completely ridiculous, because why would you incorporate that if it was a one-off? And if it's not going to be a one-off, then that shit can go in the bin, because I don't like it. It's weird. It's not right. It's yeah. Like I said, this time last season, bloody Connor was in Darla's womb, and I'm just thinking back to when he was a baby, and now we're having Connor bloody kiss her. It's... I don't, no. Nope. That's all I can say about it. But, yeah. It'll be, like I said, it'll be very interesting to see what follows from Cordy going to Angel, saying, okay, I need you to be honest, were we in love? What's going to happen after that? I'm not getting my hopes up. If season 3 finale has taught me anything, it's don't bother leave. If the Buffyverse has taught me anything, relationships are like my love life. It's a parallel. It shouldn't happen, because it's just going to leave you heartbroken and whatnot. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, overall, solid episode. Like I said, I am always a sucker for Fred-centric episodes, and it was really good that we had a bit of build to her nightmare with Pylea, as well as the fact that someone that, I guess you could say that was close to her, screwed her over and sent her to Pylea. So, as well as the fact that they summoned that tentacly creature thingy. So, yeah, it was a really good story, and yeah, enjoyed it. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check out videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time.